Hello, the name of the game is Undefeated. I obtained it uh, free of charge from Steam. So, the first bug that I observed here is a design bug where I failed to notice the other options in my first two attempts of this game. And I just went with the game start option. I just did not know that there are three more options in this menu. The other options are practically not visible. The chosen color palette for this menu screen, the contrast between the text color and the text box color of the non-highlighted options of this menu is too less. So if the said contrast is increased and with subsequent aesthetic trial and error, the non-highlighted options can be made visible. As currently they are really not visible and I skipped them in my first two attempts, in my first two playthroughs of this game. The second bug is also a design bug that I would say. In this menu, there is a designated back key displayed at the bottom left of the screen, which does not do anything at the start menu. I'm pressing the key, but then this key did distract me. It is a wasteful distraction for the player at the very beginning of the game. This key press only does something when the menu is traversed further inside. Now if I press that back key, it works. But now again, the back key does not work. Since at the start menu there is nowhere to go back, pressing the back key should give an option of exiting the game itself. This option should be given with the back key if I just press the back key right now, which isn't happening. Another suggestion here would be to remove the display of the back key from the bottom left right now and bring that display of the back key when it's actually of use, like here the display of the back key is pretty legit, but here it is not needed as it does not work. The third bug is also a design bug. So here the menu displayed on the right is the graphics menu, and on the left there are four tabs. So here, if I want to access the graphics menu, I need to press the selection key and go there and do my changes and press the back key and go back here. But then if I want to just view these menus, like just the sound menu or the controls or the language menus, I have to go there and I have to access them. I cannot view them without accessing them. So while I'm traversing the four tabs on the left, I want to be able to view the four I want to be able to view the detailed menu on the right because anyhow I'm not able to access those menus right now. So I want to at least view them, or to frame it in another way, if I want to view these menus, I don't want to be forced to access them as well. Like I cannot view the other three menus now. I have to access them, then go back. So So this can be very easily done by dynamically changing the displayed menu on the right to, to correspond with the tab which is highlighted on the left. Just now, a quest has been made available to the player, which is at the red beacon. So once the player saves this NPC from this hazard, the NPC is just going to stand up. They're going to thank the player in some arbitrary direction, and then they're just going to disappear. They're not going to just walk away like that NPC is doing. Once saved, they're going to thank me, they're going to be gone. So this can be very disengaging to the player's immersion in the game. To tackle this situation, and for most immersion, the NPC first needs to rotate towards the player and then just become and thank the player for whatever is happening, and then be like the other NPCs. Just be there like humans who've been saved, not just teleport or disappear into thin air. Just take your common NPC subroutine and just keep walking. Just you spawn there, you're saved there. Just I know that it's easier for the developer to just destroy the NPC's asset or the NPC's actor instead of incorporating them into the list of NPCs which are using the subroutine or the routine of walking or saying hi to the player. It's easier to just destroy them, but it can be very, very disengaging. This was the fourth bug, which is a technical bug or a design bug according to which layer we are tackling it. If we are tackling it via design, then it can be solved really easily. If it's a technical bug, then we need to know the intent of the person, what intent of the NPC that they were supposed to do after they're rescued, because they're just disappearing. They're not doing the routine that they were supposed to, if this is the technical bug. Let us talk about the minimap in this game, which I feel is the fifth design bug. In the third person action view over here, the map is completely stationary, and the location of the player, the icon, it rotates with the rotating of the player character, not with the rotation of the player's camera, which is the third person camera. So that brings a certain level of discrepancy in where the player wants to go. Suppose if I pinpoint on a map that I want to go to that place, but it's very difficult to go to that place by looking at the map. I'd rather rely on these beacons to go there. If this was a first person game or a third person shooter game, then there would not be such a problem. This type of a minimap would be perfect over there, because the direction in which the player character is looking and the direction in which the camera is looking will be in sync in a first person game or a third person shooter game. So the best route to go in a third person action game is to give two different things for the player on the mini map. So as you can see on the mini map, the silver triangle can represent the look of the player character, and the two blue lines can represent the direction in which the third person camera is looking. So the most common way in which third person action games do this is that the most stationary object on the minimap is the two blue lines, that is the look of the third person camera, and then everything moves around the whole map, and the player's silver triangle, they all move around the third person look of the camera. That will solve all navigation problems. That is the best way to deal with third person action games. Thank you. Some additional comments about this game, since I've played it and tried to find bugs in it. The music in this game is very in sync with the narrative. It's heroic music. It's fast paced. It is empowering. This music is for heroes. That's how it's supposed to be. And the second thing, the movement mechanics. The movement mechanics are really fluid to translate from one thing to another. If you're running really fast and then you jump and you jump again, you just start flying. And the flying is very fluid and it's very fast, and it's so satisfying with the particle effects. There is a certain superhero landing, but it only happens in the vertical direction downwards. So you have to improvise for a superhero landing that you want by canceling out this jump, and you can just. This is so satisfying. The particle effects and the fights. The combination of the particle effects, the sound effects, and and the game mechanics and the physics, how how the enemies are being thrown away. I find that really amazing. That's been done in a really amazing way in this game. And last but not the least, this game has been made by just one Japanese dude. So, hats off to that. Everything in this game has been done by that dude. It's an amazing small game.